Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Apocryphal Podcast, your one-stop shop for everything Wednesday Apocryphal and podcast. And boy, do we have a show for you today. Today we are covering the Apocalypse of Paul, chapters 11 through 18.
Solid. We're so good at this.
We nailed it.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
I mean, you got it this time. You've had variable results at points, which have been like, what the heck are you even doing sometimes? Like, you get it totally wrong. But this time was great. Good job.
Hey, Ken, we're always perfect.
I'm going to be critical. You can't make me lie.
We've never messed up.
No,
not a single time.
Nope.
No. Don't listen to the slander that Chris is talking.
Fine, I just won't be an objective observer.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. That's
Great
awful.
Great job, guys.
Thanks.
Me, Sinkif, and Chris
finally.
here.
God, we got some fucking support around here. All right.
Just messing with you. Anyways, you guys ready?
Yeah. So we've got the Apocalypse of Paul. It's been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, and this time he's going to start his journey through the heavens.
Yes, it's going to be incredible. I'm reading out of the Apocryphal New Testament, a collection of apocryphal Christian literature in an English translation based on M.R. James by J.K. Elliott.
Thank you, J.K. Elliott. And I know this is the same translation that is also in Bart Ehrman's book, Lost Scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we are going to get to the point today where we can just have both, but they are the exact same translation.
Yes.
Yeah. So we could have both of them there, but it won't do much other than it'd be easier for we don't have to keep changing hands for the book.
Lost Scriptures, books that did not make it into the New Testament.
Yeah, essentially. And there's way more where that came from.
Yes.
Many of which we have read.
Indeed.
But yeah, very excited to get into this journey.
We also have Francois Buffon on the table, but I don't know if we're going to use
I don't know if we're using this right now. I don't think we are, because we covered it for the last book. Mm-hmm. But I don't think we are going to need it for this book. I'll look over if you want to start.
Yeah, I think there's literally only one reference.
Oh, that's right. There was that one reference, and it was about the Coptic one anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so, okay, we're not using this right now.
Not useful to us. Yeah. Sorry, Francois.
Also, no, this is a different JK. This is JK Elliott. Mm-hmm. Not actually I don't know. This one might also be a transphobe, but I don't know. So
in biblical literature,
right, yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Well, this person certainly isn't known for that. Let's just
well, that's
put
good
it that way. Yeah.
So why don't I hop into chapter 11?
God, I don't know, man.
Yes. The Syriac adds that he saw one of the angels who carried him up in the spirit to the third heaven. But that's apparently not present elsewhere.
Good to know. Mm. Also, I did I think we'll see if it works. So right before the stream, before I shared the stream, I actually went onto Kip Davis's stream, donated $2, and said, "Tell everyone to go to this stream when you're done."
Wow!
So we'll see if we get a big spike later.
Well, hopefully we do, and that would be pretty funny. We did.
That'd be fucking better. Yes. Anyways, all right, let's talk initial reading.
You bought a shout out.
I did. Right? I bought a shout out. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's old school streamer shit.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And the angel answered and said to me, "Follow me, and I will show you the place of the just where they are led when they are deceased. And after these things I will take you into the abyss, and I will show you the souls of sinners, and what sort of place they are led into when they are deceased."
So this is right after... so he does get taken up into heaven, and this is after like all the angels said that they're essentially watching everyone, right? Mm-hmm. That they're keeping tabs on every single person and then reporting all of it to God.
Mm-hmm. But here he's saying, "I'm going to show you the good place, then I'm going to show you the bad place."
You're going up against Kip and Myth Vision. Oh, that's right, Myth. Oh my God. Okay, okay.
What's Myth Vision?
That's Derek's podcast. He does he has like a whole bunch of people on, like from a bunch of different perspectives. And I think I actually saw the notification earlier that they're talking about mythicism right now.
God.
But I know, but I think they're having a.
Are they mythicists?
I don't actually know his position, but I do know that like sometimes he has Carrier on, but sometimes he has like other scholars on. He has like he's having Chrissy on right now. I think when I checked, maybe the link I saw wasn't the live one.
Well, maybe Chrissy will give us a shout out.
Yeah. You know what, April, if you could do that, if you could make sure that Chrissy gives us a shout out, that'd be cool. They're breaking down Carrier right now. Yeah. But Derek has a whole bunch of people on that podcast.
Is it a good
funny.
like rap? Are they doing a breakdown?
Wow.
Well, I might.
I sure hope they're not rapping.
So
that makes more sense.
Well, I just don't imagine it being good. But I.
No, it's a really good rap.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Either way, yeah. Make sure that they all come over here afterwards. Thanks, April.
Okay. So. And I followed the angel, and he led me into heaven. And I looked back upon the firmament, and I saw in the same place power. And there was there oblivion, which deceives and draws down to itself the hearts of men, and the spirit of detraction, and the spirit of fornication, and the spirit of madness, and the spirit of insolence. And there were there the princes of vices. These I saw under the firmament of heaven. And again I looked back, and I saw angels without mercy, having no pity, whose countenance was full of madness, and their teeth sticking out beyond the mouth. Their eyes shone like the morning star of the east, and from the hairs of their head or the mouth sparks of fire went out.
So the thing is, this thing sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
These angels sound terrifying. I could swear I've seen like some of those creepypastas that are associated with pictures that are kind of like that.
Yes.
Like I could totally see like this coming with a creepy story.
But in addition to that, they breathe fire now.
Right, yeah.
They're dragons.
They breathe fire, but also the part that is really freaky, I feel, is like the teeth that go out like this. That's pretty freaky. And they have like those glowing eyes like the stars.
You gotta think of it like an elephant, right? Like they have these tusks.
See, I'm not thinking of them like, because that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
If they're tusks. I'm thinking that they have, it's like some, I don't even know how to describe this, like out of some sort of movie where you have like some crypto, like, you know, those, what are they called?
No,
Cryptoids?
I don't, but I'm
Like a
scared,
cryptoid.
man. That's scary.
Okay.
Like cryptoids.
Some
that-
mythical creature.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then the teeth are like sticking out this way, and it's like all like bloody and shit, and
No.
it looks like
Werewolf?
no, not well, maybe like a werewolf, but
There
its
you
teeth are
go.
going out instead.
I mean, it sounds gross.
It does sound gross, yeah.
You wouldn't want that to be happening in your mouth, right?
You don't want that, no. But I think that I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess here and say that those angels are reserved for people who don't follow God, maybe.
Well, hold on. They're like at the edge of the firmament, right?
Sure, yeah.
They're presumably the hordes that are under the princes of vices who were listed before.
Well, the thing is, that's not very clear, right? So he's in heaven, right, where he's seeing this from. He looks down through, maybe through the firmament, we could say, or what he sees below the firmament is he sees. Now, are these supposed to be the representations of the people on earth? Those ones that are like fornicating and stuff, I would guess. Or is he looking not only just below this firmament, or hold on. So one of the ideas that I've been reading about a lot recently is that there were many different layers.
Chupacabra.
Yes, chupacabra. There are many different layers of firmament. So like the first firmament would be like separating the sky from like the first heaven. And the second one would be separating the first heaven from the second heaven. and like those, there are firmaments in between those.
I don't
Right?
think that's what's going on here.
Okay.
I think it's much more dualistic, right? So when he is on earth going towards the firmament, going towards heaven, all he sees is like what he describes as power.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, a place where there was power. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then,
no, isn't that when he's looking back?
no, that's when he's going towards it.
Okay.
Then once he passes beyond the firmament and he looks back at the firmament from the other side, then he sees all of the horrible things.
Oh, okay. So he sees it
Right.
for like what it truly is, kind of thing.
Well, maybe because it's an issue of perspective, right?
Sure. Yeah.
From Earth, the heavens look magnificent, right?
Right. Sure.
And when you're in heaven, everything outside of heaven just collectively
awful.
looks awful.
Yeah.
Because in
true, yeah.
contrast, it's impure, right? Because heaven's all about purity and
Sure. Yeah. But it
Right.
does describe those awful things as angels. So I don't know.
those things are angels.
But what kind of angels?
Not true. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it goes on to describe
they're
them.
among the princes of vices and the spirit of madness and stuff.
Well, it's describing. Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
But also, yeah, there are beautiful, beautiful angels in some of these descriptions. Like I think it was in the Apocalypse of Peter, right? That it starts off like a very short description of heaven and the
Yes.
angels in it, and he basically says they're too beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when they're horrifying, they have no issue describing it in
No,
sometimes
no issue
gory detail.
whatsoever. Yeah. And I asked the angel, saying, Sir, who are those? And the angel answered and said to me, Those are those who are destined to the souls of the impious in the hour of need, who did not believe that they had the Lord for their helper, nor hoped in him. So
Yeah,
that's
see?
us.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah, so
Yeah.
those angels are reserved for us.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully we see them soon.
Yeah. They're destined for our souls.
Yeah.
Don't look behind you.
So there's I'm not sure if they're supposed to be soul destroying or soul eating, or they're going to be the ones that because remember, these first angels, they took the way this is framed from that passage in 2 Corinthians is that it's like I don't know if he took his body, if his body was taken too, right? So they're talking about soul separating from the body. So maybe this is like,
Astral trip.
anyways, so maybe this is like once that person dies, this is like the creature that will be carrying their soul to the afterlife. And that's
I don't know. Maybe.
maybe.
Chapter 12. And I looked on high, and I saw other angels whose countenance shone as the sun, their loins girded with golden girdles,
Nice.
having
Hot.
having palms in their hands, and the sign of God, clothed with garments in which was written the name of the Son of God, filled with all meekness and pity. And I asked the angel, saying, Who are these, sir, in so great beauty and pity? And the angel answered and said to me, These are the angels of justice who are sent to lead up the souls of the just in the hour of need, who believed that they had the Lord for their helper. And I said to him, Do the just and sinners of necessity meet witnesses when they have died? And
That's a
the
good
angel,
question.
yes. The angel answered and said to me, There is one way by which all pass over to God, but the just, having their helper with them, are not confounded when they go to appear in the sight of God.
Okay. So those good angels, that seems to be what's being described here. I don't know what they're called, right? I know that I've seen depictions of, angels carrying like, branches or something, right? And I'm never entirely sure what it, like, I don't know what they're depicting exactly. My guess is it's something in this, the same kind of idea behind this. Like, I know I've seen this in mostly like what, medieval artwork or something. where you see an angel and they're carrying like something, I don't know, something cutesy in their hand. I don't know what it's called, but it seems like some kind of plant, like not like a flower or something. I don't know what they're called. But in this text, the translation is going with palm, right?
Mhm.
So not entirely sure, but I'm guessing it's kind of the same idea behind it. And these creatures, these good angels, are going to lead good people to the judge.
Mhm.
But apparently they're going to be fine because they're good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Chapter 13. And I said to the angel, I wish to see the souls of the just and of sinners going out of the world. And the angel answered and said to me, look down upon the earth. And I looked down from heaven upon the earth and saw the whole world, and it was as nothing in my sight. And I saw the sons of men as though they were naught and growing weak. And I wondered and said to the angel, is this the greatness of men? And the angel answered and said to me, it is. And these are they who do evil from morning till evening.
Okay. So, yeah, it just looks like they're just describing people, the sons of men.
Mhm.
And it looks like they're just kind of suffering. Is that they do evil as well.
Mhm.
But I feel like some of that suffering might be, because of their evils, or that's the idea within it.
Nope.
No?
Unrelated.
Okay. Entirely unrelated.
Yes.
You got it. Okay. So
They do
That's who
evil
we're-
from morning to evening.
yeah, they're just awful, apparently. But it also, but either way, they're not. They're
these
not.
are these other ones. This like little speck of nothingness is the actual greatness of men.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in contrast, there are those who do evil from morning till evening.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I looked and saw a great cloud of fire spread over the whole world. And I said to the angel, what is this, my lord?
Well, it's God trying again to kill everyone. That's what that is.
And he said to me, this is injustice stirred up by the princes of sinners. And
That's interesting because usually when we're talking about the whole world being set on fire, at least in biblical language, we kind of picture that along with God.
Yes.
Nah.
But maybe the interpretation is like, oh, these are just the fruits of their, of their evil labors.
But
Lawrence,
isn't it
Lawrence, what would it be if somebody didn't believe in God, but they believed around all the other peripheral stuff?
I don't even know, man.
Right?
I don't even know.
That's an awkward new one. There's a new belief for you. Here you go.
Where they still believed like in Jesus,
Sure.
and in
Spirits
and
in an
angels,
afterlife.
but it's like, oh, but there's no God.
No.
It's like, okay, like I know a few atheists who believe in like some spiritual things.
Sure, but not like that.
Not quite like that.
Not
No.
like that.
Do you know any atheists who believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many?
I can only think of one off the top of my head.
I believe in audiovisual
But I know
hallucinations.
they exist is the thing.
Mhm.
You know ghosts exist?
No, I know that people like you fucker.
It's not a belief. I know.
I'm gonna give. I got 12 steps for you, Chris.
What?
Got 12 steps for you.
Yeah.
12 steps for me.
You gotta accept a higher power in
I
the
can't do
12
that.
steps.
No. Let's instead continue reading chapter 13.
Yes. Well, that's actually the end of chapter 13.
Oh well.
Can't.
In
We're
that
on-
case, Chris, I got 12 steps for you.
Stop.
Chapter 14, which I believe is where
Yes, that's where this one starts.
Airman starts.
Now I don't know if he.
Begins at the beginning of the chapter.
Right. Yeah. So we'll find out. I'm gonna start reading, and then we're gonna see if there's something that he doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead and interject.
Mhm.
And I said to the angel,
When I heard this, I sighed and wept,
Okay.
and I said to the angel,
wow, okay.
Bart.
It makes sense why he took that part out, though, because it wouldn't make sense Like what would be this for his, because he skips like almost all of chapter 3 through chapter 13.
Yeah.
So saying when he heard this would make no fucking sense.
Yes. But what I found interesting about the previous chapter was that they have like 2 parallel Earths. Right?
They do, yeah. They have like one that is they have like a realm that seems to be like kind of dreary and just like everything kind of sucks. But they also have one that's like, oh, everyone's actually fucking evil. And like they're all completely awful and everything is disgusting. Yeah, it's not those seem to be the 2 Earths. Although it might be a little different, right? Because one time he's looking down at Earth and the other time he's looking through the firmament. So maybe they're supposed to be pictured as different places, but they all seem to still be describing humans that will die. Yes. So I don't know how that could be. So
yeah.
Either way, I'm going to continue on then. And I said to the angel, I wish to see the souls of the just and of sinners, and to see in what manner they go out of the body. This is good. This is good. And the angel answered and said to me, look again upon the earth. And I looked and saw all the world, and people were as naught and growing weak. And I looked carefully and saw a certain man about to die. And the angel said to me, this one whom you see is a just man. And I looked again and saw all his works, whatever he had done for the sake of God's name, and all his desires, both what he remembered and what he did not remember. They all stood in his sight in the hour of need. And okay, so this is kind of what was it in chapter 10, maybe? Chapter 9, one of those. They started off with, okay, so all the angels are going to report every day about the things, like all your evil deeds and all your good deeds, right? So I guess even their thoughts, their wants, right? All those things would be included. So now this is kind of like setting up for the, I guess, the trial portion. So continuing on. I saw the just man advance and find refreshment and confidence. And before he went out of the world, the holy and the impious angels both attended. And I saw them all, but the impious found no place of habitation in him. But the holy angels took possession of his soul, guiding it till it went out of the body. And they roused the soul, saying, soul, know the body you leave, for it is necessary that you should return to the same body on the day of resurrection, that you may receive the things promised to all the just. Now see that.
Okay.
That right there.
Yes.
Is classic stuff that we've seen. This was essentially the belief, right? That
Pharisees.
that everyone will come back in a physical body on earth.
Yes.
So this is maintaining that idea. But they're also telling the soul, like, hey, make sure you know which body you came from. Although what was really interesting kind of reminded me of the Shepherd of Hermas. Do you remember how there was that portion where they talked about the 2 different, was it 2 souls inside of you? And like the good one is trying to, or 2 different spirits inside of you. One is trying, there's a bad one trying to push out the good one, and they're just trying to push each other out.
Because there's only space for one of them.
Right, yeah. Right? So they're constantly fighting over the body.
Well, it wasn't that they were constantly fighting over the body. It was that the introduction of impurities would be like inviting a bad spirit in, and it would push out the Holy Spirit.
Sure, right.
Then you wouldn't have it anymore. It'd be gone.
Right, yeah. So it's there are 2 wolves inside you. It's exactly that, actually, except with spirits, and they're pushing each other.
There are 2 spirit wolves that fight. It's independent of this.
I mean, I don't actually know where that started, but
I just put your statements together.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're very good at that.
Well, why don't you continue up?
Either way, yeah, resurrection stuff. So that's good to know that we're still at a point in time where people were believing that. And since this is the Apocalypse of Paul, it still maintains that classically Jewish idea.
Yes, it does.
And at the time this is being written, I'm not actually sure what. I mean, this text, it gives you one idea of what they believed about that resurrection, but I'm unsure about what other groups believed at that time about the resurrection. So I'll have to look into it, but it is very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue on though.
Do so.
Receiving, therefore, the soul from the body, they immediately kissed as if it were familiar to them.
Uh-oh.
All right. Saying to it, be of good... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so they kissed the soul.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Be of good courage, for you have done the will of God while placed on earth. And there came to meet it the angel who watched it every day. So I guess that wasn't the same angel
their
that carried
personal guardian angel.
it. And that was not the same angel that carried it.
No.
Okay, good to know that they have different jobs. Okay, so, and there came to meet it the angel who watched it every day and said to it, be of good courage, soul, I rejoice in you, because you have done the will of God on earth. For I related to God all your works just as they were. Similarly, also, the Spirit proceeded to meet it, and probably the Holy Spirit, and said, soul, fear not, nor be disturbed, until you have come to a place which you have never known. But I will be a helper to you, for I found in you a place of refreshment in the time when I dwelt in you. See, that is the whole the idea of fighting for the spot in the body.
Yeah.
But this is more discreet because now since he's talking to the soul, he's fighting for him in the soul.
Right. And well, it is very like what we would think of now as like pop culture heaven stuff, right? When he sees the soul of the just man leaving the body, it's like there's a heavenly choir that calls the soul up out of the body, and then there's like a personal angel who shows up and says, good job, sport.
Yeah, good job, sport.
And
You way to get it done, slugger.
It's very much. I can see that it was influential.
Continuing on. What the hell was I? Right. He was talking about how he was like, how he dwelt in this soul.
You know what? This somehow I have to pause for a second. This makes me think of these baseball movies where it's like all the ghosts are there and they have like angels and stuff. I don't know how this is making me think of that.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the classic one, but I think there's more than those. I think there's
probably
it's like an angel movie that's like on the outfield or in football even.
Oh, Angels on the Outfield?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, all right. So why is that? Why am I thinking of that now? I feel like this imagery somehow made me think of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can see that.
Getting lifted up by angels all the time and stuff? I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Gosh, I haven't thought of those movies in decade.
A long time.
Literally. Yeah, like I forget they exist.
I've actually never seen either of them.
I think I've only
neither
seen
have
one,
I.
but like,
I mean,
Lawrence, big surprise. You haven't seen anything.
right, yeah.
I don't know.
I just heard about them through other TV shows.
Right.
It's a baseball movie that you've seen, Lawrence.
Does basketball count?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen basketball.
The Sandlot.
Also, no.
Wait, what was it? Sandlot?
Yeah, Sandlot.
Yeah.
I've not seen
I
Sandlot.
can't believe you haven't seen that.
I just haven't.
You haven't been forced to see it? Like, subs made me watch it. I've seen it more than once.
No, I have not.
No, like
I've not
wow,
been forced to watch it. Okay. And his spirit strengthened it.
Sorry for the curveball.
Wow, Chris.
Does yours leave out while I was on Earth?
Oh no, it says while I was on earth.
Okay.
Yeah, time I dwelt in you while I was on earth. And his spirit strengthened it, and his angel received it and led it into heaven. And an angel said, "Where are you running?" No, that's not the whole thing, but it's funnier that way. Where are you running to, O soul? And do you dare to enter heaven? Wait, and let us see if there is anything of yours in you. Interesting.
Of ours in you?
Oh, yeah, of ours. My bad. anything of ours in you. And behold!
Behold!
I should not have taken my eyes off of this. Yeah, and behold, we find nothing in you. I see also your divine helper, an angel, and the Spirit is rejoicing along with you, because you have done the will of God on earth.
And the Syriac differs here. It includes a conflict between good and evil angels.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And they led it along till it should worship in the sight of God. And when it had ceased, immediately Michael and all the army of angels with one voice adored the footstool of his feet and his doors, saying at the same time to the soul, "This is your God of all things, who made you in his own image and likeness." Moreover, the angel ran on ahead and pointed him out, saying, "God, remember his labors, for this is the soul whose works I related to you, acting according to your judgment." So, I mean, it's kind of interesting here that if you are, because this is just a random just man, right?
Right.
This is just a random dude who has died and is going to heaven. And
it doesn't say that he's like a devout believer.
Oh,
it
says
says
he's a just
that
man. Yeah.
he is a just man and he performs the will of God on earth, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't say anything about his faith or his fear of the Lord.
Yeah, and I saw. Sorry, hold on. I saw them all, but the impious found no place. So there had to be some semblance of piety, is the thing. So it's part of it. I'm guessing that's part of those works. Is being
but is
pious.
belief in God a necessity for this, or
it seems like
some
it is.
Stoic philosopher out there
okay.
qualify as a just man who believes in piety?
I don't know. Would you? I probably wouldn't call them. If I were like, I guess we'll call this Christian. If I were like a Christian, I wouldn't be calling those guys pious.
Certainly.
Actually, if I were God, I probably wouldn't call them pious.
Maybe not.
At least from this religious tradition? No, probably not.
No.
If it's just, Stoic philosopher, great. Not pious.
It's like, okay, imagine what they're referring to as people who followed all the 613 commandments.
No, I got you. I know what you mean.
In addition to the no-hide laws.
But wouldn't some of those include God? This God.
Yeah.
So that would be part of it, I feel.
Yeah. So any pagans would automatically be disqualified.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And any Trinitarians.
Oh, yeah. Rile some feathers with that one.
Before me.
Yeah, rile some feathers with that one.
The Lord is one, right?
Yeah, yep. By the way, it's really interesting how Michael himself basically goes up to bat for this random soul.
Yeah, well.
What's with this baseball crap?
This is what happens to just people, Lawrence.
Yeah. Good baseball episode, this one. And so yeah, he's fighting for this guy, right?
I don't think it helps that one of the main characters in one of those movies is named Michael. It does not help.
See, that I wouldn't have known.
I think
you might be right.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 80% sure. That's.
I can't say either way, but I'm going to continue on. So after pointing at this guy and saying, remember how great he is. And the Spirit likewise. Yeah, sorry, this is the soul whose work I related to you, acting according to your judgment. And the Spirit said likewise, I am the Spirit of vivification, inspiring it, for I had refreshment in it, in the time when I dwelt in it, acting according to your judgment. And there came the voice of God and said, inasmuch as this man did not grieve me, neither will I grieve him. As he had pity, I will also have pity. Let it therefore be handed over to Michael, the angel of the covenant, and let him lead into the paradise, and let him lead it into the paradise of joy, that it may become co-heir with all the saints.
Yes.
That's fairly exalted.
Yeah, it is. So
Oh, sorry. They're gonna take over the world, right? Because the meek will inherit the earth. So like they are the co-heirs, as in just like the saints will inherit the earth, so will this just man.
right.
He's part of that group.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Saints is a baseball team.
You know, I wanted to point out here that
I'm sorry.
I wanted to point out here that basically God says, I won't judge you insofar as you haven't offended me, right?
Sure, yeah.
Which is not to say that there's any absolute purity requirement, right?
Sure, but it's also the fact that he's giving over to Michael to go take this guy, and then specifically outlines him as the angel of the covenant. That might be important.
Well, it's also important that this is what happens to the souls of the just,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And this is specifically what was asked about, was what happens to the souls of the just. And so we should assume that this is some kind of uniform procedure.
True, yeah. All right. Continuing on.
Are you still on 14?
Yes,
Yes.
actually, this is a surprisingly long chapter.
Yeah, it's like last week we had one of those too.
Yeah, I'll probably take over at 16.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, after these things, I heard the voices of 1,000,000 angels and archangels and cherubim and 24 elders saying this. I think, was that in Revelation, 24 elders? I remember there were like elders in the vision, but I don't remember how many there were.
I don't recall.
Saying hymns and glorifying the Lord and crying, "You are just, O Lord, and just are your judgments, and there is no respect of persons with you, but you reward every one according to your judgment." And the angel answered and said to me, "Have you believed and known that whatever each one of you has done, he sees in the hour of need?" And I said, "Yes, sir."
Yep. So, yeah, it's like a huge parade of angels.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Like that's a ton of angels.
Huge amount of angels.
This is the
all different
myriads.
types. And you have elders, and there's like hymns being sung, and it's literally like, oh, you're so great. Whoever agrees with you is good too.
Right, yeah. That is quite funny. But yeah, this is you get included into the people that will come back, right? Because his body is saved, and he's going to come back to it during the great resurrection.
Right.
Yeah. Chapter 15.
Oh, there it is.
And he said to me, "Look again down on earth." Also, 1,000,000 is 1,000,000, I'm pretty sure. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's exactly that. And he said to me, "Look again down on earth and watch the soul of an impious man going out of the body, which grieved the Lord day and night, saying, I know nothing else in this world. I eat and drink and enjoy what is in this world. For who is here, or who is there, who has descended into hell and ascending has declared to us that there is judgment there." So that's a very good question by this impious man.
Yeah. Who is there that
has done that.
descended into hell? You know?
That has
It's
come
a good
back and tell
question.
us that there's judgment. Yeah. And again I looked carefully, and I saw all the scorn of the sinner and all that he did, and they stood together before him in the hour of need. And it was done to him in that hour when he was led out of the body at the judgment. Interesting. So when it says at the judgment here, I'm going to go back to the other one. Does it say that he was also let out of the body at the judgment? I'm not sure for the pious man. It looks like the impious man. No, it just says that he took possession of his soul, sure, but I am. Yeah, does it say when? I'm not sure. I'd have to read it again more carefully, but I don't want to belabor it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, so this is at the time of judgment. So I'm not sure if this is like where he died or where this is like the judgment day kind of thing.
Well, hold on. You know, imagine you're in this situation.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Imagine you're in this situation. So you're in an argument with a creationist.
Oh, I don't get into those.
Oh, no,
No.
never. You don't make a regular habit of it or
No, not even a little. No.
No, not even a little. And you say just offhand, like, okay, well, who out there's descended into hell and come back and told us about all the judgment happening there?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, actually, let me tell you, I went on this vision quest and this angel showed me it happening, right? You know, is that what this is?
Well, either way, this guy didn't. This impious man didn't quite believe everything,
Mm-hmm.
so he thought it was no, he's the wicked in Psalms.
Mm-hmm. He is the
That's
wicked.
what he is. But either way, at the judgment, and he said, "It were better for me if I had not been born." Job. And after these things, there came at the same time the holy angels and the evil angels,
Mm-hmm.
and the soul of the sinner saw both, and the holy angels did not find a place in it. So same motif, except this time the evil ones win.
Yeah.
Moreover, the evil
But they're specifically evil angels.
angels,
Yeah, they're not like demons or anything.
right, yeah. And I forget if the thing is when it says that they found a place in him.
Mm.
Was it a good and evil, or was it good and evil spirit before, or was it also angels trying to find a place in him? I'm trying to compare this to the last chapter because it seems like it's not fully paralleled.
Well, they were asking earlier if they saw anything of themselves in him.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
here, I guess there's some sort of parallel.
Yeah. Either way, where the hell was I? Right. He was like, yeah, it's better not have been born. The good angels didn't find a place in him. Moreover, the evil angels cursed it. And when they had drawn it out of the body, the angels admonished it a third time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Saying, "Oh, wretched soul, look upon your flesh." So I guess maybe it's counting those other two times as admonishments.
I guess so.
Or maybe maybe, I don't know, because the judgment of, not finding a place in the soul for them would be an admonishment. I'm not sure. But it says a third time,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like we've seen a lot, right, in this book already. Like at least this is at least the second time where it says they did something for a third time without actually fully acknowledging the first two times.
Dude, you brought that up like 3 times already.
Wacky.
I must have. Yeah. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
This might
See,
be the third time.
it might be. So there's something weird about this book. But either way, let's continue on. "Oh, wretched soul, look upon your flesh from which you have come out, for it is necessary that you should return to your flesh in the day of resurrection, that you may receive what is the due for your sins and your impieties."
Yeah.
So he's going to come back later to receive punishment, or
Right, because
That's what it
that's
sounds
how
like.
it works, right? You have the judgment day.
oh, that's right, yeah. So right now the soul is going away for safekeeping until it comes back, so he can fully be judged. Yeah,
Yes.
fair enough. Okay.
And I'll take over from here.
Okay.
Chapter 16. "And when they had led it forth, the guardian angel preceded it and said to it, O wretched soul, I am the angel belonging to you, relating daily to the Lord your evil works, whatever you did by night or day. And if it were in my power, not for one day would I minister to you. But none of these things was I able to do. The judge is full of pity and just, and he himself commanded us that we should not cease to minister to the soul till you should repent. But you have lost the time of repentance. I have become a stranger to you, and you to me. Let us go then to the just judge. I will not dismiss you before I know from today I am to be a stranger to you.
You know, it's actually kind of funny that this angel is treating this like this is a one-sided relationship.
Mhm.
Like he's saying like, "Oh, you don't even pay attention to me," and the dude's like, "I didn't even know you were there.
Yeah.
Were we together?" Like he's being gaslit to this.
Right, and it does parallel the other one.
Yeah, this chapter definitely a much closer parallel to the
Right.
way.
Instead of being welcomed by the guardian angel, he's abandoned by it,
Yeah.
like forever. And the spirit afflicted it, and the angel troubled it. When they had arrived at the powers, when it started to enter heaven, a burden was imposed upon it above all other burden. Error and oblivion and murmuring met it, and the spirit of fornication and the rest of the powers, and said to it, "What are you? Where are you going,
wait.
wretched soul?"
Wait. Some of these I recall.
Mhm.
When it says about the rest of the powers, right?
Mhm.
And we have like error, oblivion, murmuring.
Oh, I'm error.
No,
well, it
I'm
said
error is one thing.
earlier that the powers were present.
I know.
Yes.
Which is why I'm now reminded. There was a Gnostic text that talked about the powers being personified.
Mm-hmm. Many of them.
It wasn't
If
Enoch,
a few of
was
them.
it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was Enoch. It was a few of them though that talked to or talked about these personified powers. It was in one of the more recent ones. Was it in Eugnostus the Blessed?
I think
Was
so.
it in one of those? I feel like it might have been in one of those, but
definitely in on the origin of the world.
that one was. I don't
think.
think that one was powers based. That one was the Aeons, right? But it wasn't powers. There was
Was
one
it?
that explicitly. It was in. I think it was in.
Were they in Thunder?
I don't know if they were in Thunder. There's not much that I remember from Thunder at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember these popping up. They're in
Well, they've
here.
popped up many times.
I know. Yeah, so I don't think they were
Look at the index.
right. Maybe in the Gospel of Philip, one of these, maybe the Secret Book of John,
Mm.
maybe in there. I feel like that might be where it was.
The Apocryphal of John, rather.
Sure. Yeah, it's Gospel of Truth. Perhaps has it in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Gospel
sounds
of Truth.
that
is a
sounds
good
about
one.
right. Actually, that sounds about
That's
where.
one of the earlier ones that we read too,
Yeah, true.
in terms of Gnostic stuff.
True. So it's definitely they're definitely in here somewhere in the Nag Hammadi scriptures, but definitely we've seen this personification of powers before.
Okay. All right, let me continue on here. So all these evil dudes show up, the bad dudes.
Yeah, the bad
right?
dudes.
And they're like, "Where are you going, wretched soul? And do you dare to rush into heaven? Hold, that we may see if we have our qualities in you, since we do not see that you have a holy keeper." And after that, I heard,
This is really funny. It's like we see you don't have a holy pimp yet.
mm,
Yeah.
I heard voices in the height of heaven saying, "Present that wretched soul to God, so it may know that it is God whom it despised." When, therefore, it had entered heaven, all the angels saw it. 1,000,000 exclaimed with one voice, all saying, "Woe to you, wretched soul, for the sake of your works which you did on earth. What answer are you about to give to God when you have approached to adore him?" The angel who was with it answered and said, "Weep with me, my beloved, for I have not found rest in this soul." And the angels answered him and said, "Let such a soul be taken away from our midst, for from the time it entered, the stink of it crosses to us angels." And after these things it was presented, that it might worship in the sight of God. And an angel of God showed it God, who made it after his own image and likeness. Moreover, its angel ran before it, saying, Lord God Almighty, I am the angel of this soul, whose work I presented to you day and night, not acting in accordance with your judgment. And the Spirit likewise said, I am the Spirit who dwelt in it from the time it was made. In itself I know it, and it is not follow my will. Judge it, Lord, according to your judgment.
You know, these souls don't really, like, they can't really say much.
No, they can't.
Like, it's very much
it's like Jiminy Cricket, right? It's like a separate conscience-based entity.
kind of, yeah.
Right? It
yeah.
tells him to do things, but he doesn't listen to it.
Well, the thing is, that is true, yeah. But even when it comes to this judgment scene, it's like you don't get to speak, right? You don't get to defend yourself.
What?
Like even in the first scene, I don't think the actual just man even said anything. It was just like the angels were like, "Hey, here's all this evidence. Go ahead and weigh it, just judge." And the same thing is happening here, but obviously they are not up to bat for this guy.
Not again.
No.
That one's on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Spirit spoke, and there came a voice of God, the voice of God to it, and said, Where is your fruit which you have made worthy of the goods which you have received? Have I put a distance of 1 day between you and the just man? Did I not make the sun to arise upon you as upon the just? But the soul was silent, having nothing to answer. And again there came a voice saying, Just is the judgment of God, and there is no respect of persons with God, for whoever shall have done mercy on him shall he have mercy, and whoever shall not have been merciful, neither shall God pity him. Let it therefore be handed over to the angel Tartarchus.
Tartarchus, yeah.
Yeah. Tartarchus or Tamelicus.
Oh, Tamelicus. That was definitely in one of those Gnostic Gospels.
Yeah.
The same one as Barbelo, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Man, I wish I had
That would be
like
the Apocryphal of John, wouldn't it?
well, no, there was it may have I don't remember which one exactly it was in, but
A lot of them mention the Mother Father.
They do, yeah. This is one of those times where I wish we had this in like PDF form, right? And
you should learn to use an index.
but the thing is, okay, I do know how to use a fucking index, but sometimes they don't mention everything, right?
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do. Let's see.
It depends on who the indexer is.
That is true. That is true.
ChatGPT3.
Like sometimes I'm looking for something in the index. It's like, oh, it's got nothing. But then if I have like some PDF version and I just like, Control F, I find the thing that I was looking for.
Yeah, Control F.
Yeah. So it's
Tartarchus.
Yeah.
Or Tamelicus.
Tamelicus is the one that I'm looking for. Let's see if that's oh, Tartarchus is actually in here too. So Tartarchus, let's see, 243. That's too far. And it looks like that this one was in the Book of Thomas. But this spelling, at least, is in the Book of Thomas. And in this text, which I don't think we actually read the Book of Thomas.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
We read a bunch
Tartarchus.
of stuff with Thomas as a name, but
We did, yes, but not the Book of
not
Thomas.
the Book of Thomas.
No. I mean, you can keep reading while I look for this.
All right. They're being taken to this angel Tartarchus.
Oh, it actually says here. Yeah, sorry, I did find it. So in context, yeah, so he cannot turn or move because of the great depth of Tartarus and the burdensome bitterness of Hades. Whoever relies on what is brought to him, textual break, will not be forgiven his madness, but will be judged. Whoever has persecuted you will be handed over to the angel Tartarchus, who has flaming fire that pursues them. And the note is that Tartarchus is the angel or power who controls Tartarus.
Okay.
And then I'm going to see if there's a Telemachus, just to see what book it was in.
Mm-hmm. Who has set over the punishments, and let him cast it into outer darkness, where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth, and let it be there till the great day of judgment.
Also, no, it doesn't actually. There are nothing in the index about Telemachus. There is stuff for Telemachiel, but not of Telemachus, which I know basically 100% was in here. I am almost certain that we have read that name in one of those lists in here. Anyways.
Maybe. It could have been in 3rd Enoch.
It could have been.
Could have been. But not sure. And so the punishment here is that they get stored in this place, in the outer darkness, where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth, by Tartarchus.
Oof. It sounds like Tartarus almost.
Yeah, yes.
And they're stored
job.
there.
Good job.
They're stored there until the day of judgment.
Right, yeah.
And after these things I heard the voice of angels and archangels saying, "You are just, Lord, and your judgment is just." 17. And again I saw, and behold,
Behold.
a soul which was led forward by 2 angels, weeping and saying, "Have pity on me, just God, God the judge, for today is 7 days since I went out of my body, and I was handed over to these 2 angels, and they brought me to those places which I had never seen."
Okay, so this is at least an actual soul talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And God, the just judge, said to it, "What have you done? For you never showed mercy, therefore you were handed over to such angels as have never showed mercy, as have no mercy. And because you did not do right, so neither did they act compassionately with you in your hour of need. Confess your sins which you committed when placed in the world." And it answered and said, "Lord, I did not sin." And the Lord, the just Lord, was angered in fury when it said, "I did not sin," because it lied. And God said, "Do you think you're still in the world where any one of you sinning may conceal and hide his sin from a neighbor? Here nothing whatever shall be hidden. For when the souls come to worship in the sight of the throne, both the good works and the sins of each one are made manifest." And hearing these things, the soul was silent, having no answer.
Well, yeah, I mean, they just presented. So here's a soul coming up, right? And as we all know, for this scene, the souls show up with like all the stuff that they've ever did and said, thought, wanted. Everything is like right there to be judged. So no, you're not going to get anything past God himself.
Yeah, he's the judge of judges.
Yeah.
And I heard the Lord God, the just judge, again saying, "Come, angel of this soul, and stand in the midst." And the angel of the sinful soul came, having in his hands a document, and said, "These, Lord, in my hands are all of the sins of this soul from its youth till today, from the 10th year of its birth."
From the 10th year.
Yep, anything before that doesn't matter,
Okay.
I guess, because you're not conscious. What?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't
because
know.
from the 10th year. That's really interesting. Maybe that's when morality starts counting, when you're 10. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, there's several different systems of moral development in different literature.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
10 could be reasonable.
Maybe this is their age of reason?
Maybe.
Like, cause like usually, you know, cause like we have differences in this culture too, right?
Right.
Like, yes, we do. Like, sometimes there's, you know, if you commit a crime and you're like, you know, 13 or something, like they're gonna not try you as an adult.
Huh.
In a lot of cases, most cases, I'd say for someone that young.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it depends on like the severity of the crime too, right? Because like sometimes there is like someone who's underage, but the crime was so awful that they are tried as an adult. So like, yeah, it's really interesting how it looks like they're having the same thing. It is interesting that they picked 10, 10th year of their birth.
And if you command, Lord, I will also relate its acts from the beginning of its 15th year. So apparently that was also a significant age.
Wait, hold on. So this is what's on the document. These are all the sins of the soul from its youth till today, from the 10th year of its birth. And if you command, I will also relate the acts from the beginning of its 15th year. Yeah, that is interesting. Why? I'm not sure.
Just like arbitrarily increasing it, I guess.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Like if you want me to skip like all of the puberty stuff.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe God has a good response to this. It looks like you might have a few things to say.
Nah.
Yeah, if you want to skip middle school and just go straight to high school, right?
Wow.
Fair enough, right?
I would have liked that.
And the Lord God, the just judge, said, I say to you, angel, I do not expect of you an account of it since it began to be 15 years old, but state its sins for just 5 years before it died and before it came hither.
Oh, okay. So maybe some
yeah, it's relative.
Yeah, so maybe some chance at redemption or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you were like really shitty before, but like, you know, a lot better later. That earlier stuff doesn't count.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And again, God, the just judge, said, For by myself I swear, and by my holy angels, and by my virtue, that if it had repented 5 years before it died, on account of a conversion 1 year old, oblivion would not now be thrown over all the evils which it had sinned before, and it would have indulgence and remission of sins. Now it shall perish. And the angel of the sinful soul answered and said, Lord, command that angel to exhibit those souls.
Okay. All right. I guess that's fair.
Yes. Chapter 18, last chapter of the day.
Yeah.
And in that same hour the souls were exhibited in the midst, and the soul of the sinner knew them. And the Lord said to the soul of the sinner, I say to you, soul, confess your work which you wrought in these souls, whom you see when they were in the world. And it answered and said, Lord, it is not yet a full year since I slew this one and poured his blood on the ground, and with another I committed fornication. Not only this, but I also greatly harmed her in taking away her goods.
So this is just in the past year. Yeah.
And the Lord God, the just judge, said, Did you not know that if someone does violence to another, and the person who sustains the violence dies first, he is kept in this place until the one who has committed the offense dies, and then both stand in the presence of the judge, and now each receives according to his deed?
That's interesting. So they have like a full trial. Like it's not just so they have not only God as the judge, but they also have a plaintiff and a defendant.
Yes.
So okay, that's actually pretty interesting. I don't think we've seen this version.
No, we haven't seen this version at all.
We have not seen something like this. It's usually just you go up to God and
this
that's
is
the judgment.
Complete.
But it's literally here like,
different.
Hey, didn't you know?
Yeah, didn't you know, right?
Didn't you know this very unique thing that's not in any other literature? Come on.
This thing that I'm currently now writing about for the first time. Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
Come on.
And I heard the voice of one saying, "Let that soul be delivered into the hands of Tartarus and led down into hell. He shall lead it into the lower prison, and it shall be in torments and left there till the great day of judgment." And again I heard 1,000,000 angels saying hymns to the Lord and crying, "You are just, O Lord, and just are your judgments."
So this is like, I guess for them, this underworld almost is just the holding place for it.
Oh,
also, Natalie,
5 gifted memberships.
Huge. Let's see who got it.
Gets it.
Yeah,
Tarb
Ox,
Ox,
I'm gonna let you read it.
Jasper, Nilegeist,
Devil in
Devil
Disguise.
De-
That's pretty good. That's a
Yep.
pretty good name.
and someone else. Lucifer Almighty.
Hell yeah, Lucifer Almighty. That's also a great name.
Mhm. Well,
Thank you for that. Very much
to
appreciated,
the
Natalie.
Cool Kids Club, everyone.
Yeah, you get some pretty cool. What are they called? Shit. What are they called? They're not emotes. They're you get emotes too,
Mhm.
Emotes.
but you get the badges. They're called badges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
those. I have those here. I can put those up.
They
You
are.
can
Oh
now
yeah, put
see
those up.
what kind of bull you are.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
kind of calf.
I think
rather.
April is currently the furthest along.
Correct.
That's my guess. Yeah. So soon though, she's gonna have a golden calf,
Mhm.
and then after that, it's gonna be ascended.
even beyond.
Yeah, right. So it's gonna be pretty sweet when we get that. Also, Natalie, we did receive. I actually should have brought those. We did receive your generous donation of the 5 volumes of Aquinas's Summa Theologica.
Oh, you should have brought
I should have. I don't know why I didn't.
Jeez.
But yeah, we did get those in. Thank you very much. That was awesome.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you very
shit.
much.
I'm sure
Nice.
Ruben's gonna get a fucking kick out of those.
It's a new
Yeah.
month.
It's gonna be
Oh yeah, it is a
wild.
new month.
Hey everybody, it's a new month. You,
Ah.
you know what that means?
It
Yeah,
just
we-
has to click like 13 times
That
to get to a
means
place.
we have to actually
We give away a
deliver
shirt,
on
that's
one
right.
of our patron things. And you know what that delivery is going to be?
The wheel's not even
It's
showing up.
it's going to be the delivery of a t-shirt to one of our lucky patrons.
Yeah. We actually should have done this at the start of the show, but I totally forgot. So
like-
if you are a patron of $10 or more, you get entered into a T-shirt giveaway at the beginning of every month. So here we are, the first show of the month, and
Copy this.
no.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh, did you lose the
it's
thing?
not showing up.
That's weird.
Ooh, it's not an OBS,
That's
What
bad.
happened?
unfortunately.
That's weird. Okay.
Well, it should be shortly.
Oh, it's the same number. I don't know why it's not showing up.
Click launch.
Is it layered? Wrong layer.
Maybe that's gonna do something. I don't know. So it may or may not work there. But either way, yeah, we do this this giveaway. So
Well, that is weird. It shows up here.
okay, that's good.
Is it?
I mean, it shows. I mean, we see it on our side of the screen. I don't know if
No, no one else can.
no one else can.
No, the wheel's not showing up in OBS for some reason.
Oh,
That is
that's very
strange.
strange.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you figure that out. Yeah, we have a lot of shirts on our. I have to be sending out quite a bit of them.
Figurable.
We have a lot of shirts on our Teespring, and while Chris usually does end up pinning those at the end of the show, because it's the first show of the month, we give away one of those T-shirts, and whoever wins it, I usually get in contact with them, and I am told exactly which shirt they want.
Well, this is
is it-
irritating.
Is it not
I'm gonna
popping up?
I'm gonna change.
Or are you gonna change like the key or whatever?
Just gonna make a new input,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna say
hopefully that works.
browser.
As long as you're not, divulging all the super special codes for the wheel. Yeah, we don't want anyone else spinning it except for us.
I don't think that'll do that.
Either way, and if it doesn't work, we can. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I could.
Oh, there it is.
You got it.
Yeah. I just had to make a new source for some reason.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So I guess whenever we're ready,
Yep.
We can
spinny wheelie. So let's see where it goes. If it's
I
spinning.
had to transition it. Oh, it's transition spinning, but that's fine. Here it is.
Oh, geez, what's happening? Where's it gonna land?
Okay.
Is it gonna land?
It's on the pinkish one.
Okay.
Go.
The pinkish one? Which one's the pinkish one?
Haley?
Hallie.
Hallie.
That's another one. You got it. Absolutely.
Hallie, you're getting yourself a shirt.
Damn straight.
It's gonna be one of the most wonderful shirts you've ever worn in your life, ever.
Also, yeah, Bruno, I was also thinking that it kind of felt like the equivalent to Purgatory, honestly, when they're talking about like this place you go where you wait for the resurrection. It did kind of feel like that.
Mm.
Also, yeah, Ryan, your RNG does kind of suck.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I think, have you won like one, maybe? Two?
You know who hasn't won one in a while? Landon.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the wildest part.
That is wild.
Just one, yeah.
Well, it paid off then.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
The shirt that you got is easily worth $100 million.
True. It's
Even
just
though it's not
a
priced
unique.
that
It's a
high
unique one
online.
worn by you. There are no others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one that was won.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Either way, that's. Oh yeah, you just. Oh, I don't see it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, luckily we got it working. Okay, we got it working. It was all working. Anyways, it's the Nothing New shirt. I love the Nothing New one. It's this one. This one is kind of destroyed
Yeah, you
because
did a good job at that.
You've worn it so often.
No, it's not that. I know exactly what caused it. So you know those lint rollers? Yeah, apparently it tears apart the pieces on this shirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So I learned that the hard way.
Yes.
Now
Do
it looks
not
awful.
use lint rollers on the shirt.
Yeah. Kind of a bummer. But anyways,
Got the wheel working.
Unless you want that like faded look.
like really faded. So faded you have no idea what's going on.
You flip your t-shirts inside out.
In the wash?
In the
Okay.
wash.
Yeah, that might maybe I should try that next time.
Oh.
But either way, that's the show for today. We learned a lot of cool stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you everyone for joining us. And we should probably do it. Make sure to join the Patreon, by the way.
Yeah, join the page.
And we have a wish list with a whole bunch of books. So if you want to send books, put them on this table perhaps, or in our library where we can read them and we can put the information into your brains through video form. You should definitely consider
audio form more likely. I mean, I don't imagine that all of them are like glued to the screen watching us.
You gotta watch.
That is, yeah, that's true. Mostly
Maybe
audio
they
form.
are. Maybe they are.
Either way, we also have shirts. If you did not win a shirt, you could just get a shirt. 100% guaranteed you will get the shirt. And is it already pinned? Okay, perfect. All right, so click that.
You
that
should
link.
click that one that's pinned. Which one is it?
The Lost in
Transmission one. Okay, Lost in Transmission.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, go get that one.
Yeah, and also, join the Discord. Thank you, April. Join the Discord, and thank you, Natalie, for the 5 gifties and the awesome books. Very much
Indeed.
appreciated. Yeah,
And I guess we
that's all the
will.
shilling.
We will
see you
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's next week Wednesday, because today is this week Wednesday.
You already saw us now. Goodbye.
Yep.